After being taken hostage in Iraq, I really needed to find a different path of life where I could be away from all the trauma, the havoc, the mayhem. My path led me to the monastery, which was a massive contrast to what I've been through. My name is Serene, born in 1962. In 1980, I was called up to do my national service with the elite former unit, the parachute regiment. We spent quite a bit of time in Angola. I went on to doing private work for the government. I worked for a company that was assigned to the Pentagon. Our job was to do covert tasks. We would go to places that most people wouldn't go as Westerners, and then we started getting targeted. We were on a task, four-man team. We had entered the building. Al-Qaeda entered the room that we were in. The building was surrounded. It happened so fast, and I just remember looking at my 2IC, who wasn't acknowledging my eye contact. I knew I had no support from these guys. So I realized that we weren't going to be working as a team anymore. The guy to my left, he was quite excited, shooting rounds in the ceiling. He was my first point of contact. I knew that if I got him, I had a chance of getting out. And I was prepared to risk it. I managed to overpower him, get to the canal. I just recall it as smelling like a sewer. That was my point of survival, just to swim through that. I spent 3 days trying to get back to the green zone. Had the American soldiers in the checkpoints shouting to me, get on the floor, because I could be a suicide bomber. Eventually I got through, and they recognized what had happened, who I was. The other guys, they got taken to Iran and then sent back in body bags, beheaded. Yeah, the fact that I managed to get away, and I don't know how it happened. It was so fast. I think it was very untidy, but nevertheless, I survived it. So when I arrived in Nepal, the people, the energy, there was a very big sense of peace and tranquility. I almost felt that instant, I'm going to be okay. Your daily routine in the monastery is all about being silent. We all take it for granted. There's definitely different forms of silence and understanding. The training is so extreme. I thought I was a physically strong guy. Put through these tests where it's just my own body and I'm buckling. There's a different kind of silence, and it's the, I suppose if you want to call it the emotional or the mental silence, where you really do go into a zone. Blinding you here you have a sense of your surroundings. It's interesting, people don't use them. So with your sight being taken away, you're a lot more vulnerable. You lose your balance, you lose your sense of direction. Like a blind person, they can hear completely different to the way you do. And that's all to do with your senses not being aligned. So when I train you blind, you imagine the ability you had when you had sight, and now I've trained you to have a better ability blind with just using senses. Now I'll give you your sight back. You can imagine how much more advanced you are mentally. That's the success of blind training. It advances you mentally, big time. If it goes quiet, follow your intuition. Just no talking. It is a silent retreat, so there is no talking. So it's literally taking a piece of the monastery out, if you like, putting you through your limits. Every person there is there for a reason, and my job is to make sure that those reasons will be eliminated, that they can walk back down and say, I can't do this. So it's silence for 24 hours. A lot of the trip is blindfolded. It's about a 4 to 5 hour hike into the caves. I am literally leading the convoy. I have a Tibetan bell which gives them direction. And they just got to follow the direction. They got to follow me, and there's no talking, no I can't. It's teaching people to learn how to trust. Then there's no rope and there's no leader. And you are on your own, and there's a path, and I'm leading you with the bell again. And you have to literally use your initiative, follow the path, which people have never done in their lives before. The nights in the cave is quite, it's unique, it's different. It's very energizing to be able to sleep up in a cave when you've walked the whole way blind and spend the nights under the stars with nature. You do that journey and you come out of it feeling like you've really conquered so many fears. And you also, in those 24 hours, you learn so much about yourself. All those things, understanding, feeling sorry, feel sorry for yourself, understand yourself. You want to crack it, love yourself, trust your intuition. Everything is all about an individual, and it's all about me. And my journey, not there to, nobody's going to help me, but I have to help myself. Definitely taught me a lot about me, and obviously the physicalities as well. taught me a huge amount about who I am, which I'm grateful to have gone through, and obviously to help people today on their journeys. And what are my real capabilities? As not carrying a gun and being in a war zone, doing covert operations, it's actually high in the mountains, living on nature, taken away from everything. And it's a different kind of mental strength, but I think it's a lot more powerful.